Welcome to the 35th Python tutorial. In the previous tutorial, we took a look at the part 1 of the math module in Python. In this tutorial, we'll be taking a look at more advanced functions in the math module, such as logarithmic functions and trigonometric functions. Hello everyone, it's me Sairam and I'll be your host for today.
Let's clarify something first. The math.power function versus the exponentiation operator in Python. Both work and both are the exact same thing. But there is a very tiny catch. When we run this, it prints 8 and 8 in the output. But there's a small teeny tiny difference. This. Math.power always returns a float, even when the result is whole, like 8 over here. That matters in data science or calculations where decimal precision is crucial. Let's say you wanted it to only be an int. It's quite simple. First, you put another bracket for the print, int, another bracket. Now you close this with two brackets. Now when you run it, as you can see, it prints math.pow as an integer, making both these values the same. What if you need absolute values of a number? That is where math.fabs comes in. The math.fabs always will give you the positive version or the absolute value of any number. But there's also a slight catch to this. Even though we entered -7 and not -7.0, it'll always give you a float number. Now let's say you want to match the sign of another number. That's what the function called copy sign does. Over here, we want to copy the sign of -2 to 5. That's why we put math.copy sign 5, comma, and the sign we want. And the number along with it for which over here is -2. So when we run this, as you can see, it prints -5 in the output. In part 1, we saw how trigonometry functions use radians. But what if your inputs are always in degrees? It's quite simple to change them though. You use the math.radians function for that. We put the degrees in, such as 90 over here. And when we run this, as you can see, it prints 1.570. And let's say we want to find the sign, which is 1, it also prints 1. Now, what if you want to find the degrees when the radians is given? Let's try dig 2 is equal to math.degrees of rad. When we run this, it ran it properly. Now we just make sure it's safe. And now let's try to print the value. As you can see, it converts the value which is stored in rad, which is 1.570 blah blah blah, into 90 degrees, which is the degree version of the radian 1.570, which is the radian version of 90 degrees. Now, last time we saw the ceil and floor function. Python's ways to round a number down or up. So let's revise it really quickly. Floor 3.9 will round it down, which gives us 3. 3.1 will round it up, as it's a ceil function, and it'll give us 4. But what is trunc? You see, trunc just removes the decimal. It does not care about whether to round it up or whether to round it down. So when you run it, as you can see, it'll round it just by removing the decimal, which is 3. But the irony is that over here, when you remove the decimal, you're obviously rounding it down. So the thing is, floor and trunc are literally the same thing. If you're working in scientific fields like AI, physics, you've probably seen hyperbolic functions. So there's a hyperbolic sine, hyperbolic cosine, hyperbolic tangent. That's why we use sine, and we put a h along with it. Sine h, cos h, tan h, and we put whatever number we want. So when we run this, as you can see, it prints the hyperbolic value of the trigonometric ratios according to the number given in the input. What if we need the greatest common divisor or the least common multiple? Math's got you even there. It's quite simple actually. Math.gcd, which stands for greatest common divisor, and math.lcm, which stands for least common multiple. And then you plug in the numbers which you want, such as 8 and 12 over here and 4 and 6 over here. When you run it, it shows 4 as the GCD of 8 and 12 and 12 as the LCM of 4 and 6. This is great for simplifying fractions, and LCM helps with time intervals, cycles, and game loops. Now, let's use a few of these functions to solve a physics problem, a real scenario. We're going to calculate the projectile motion of an object. So over here, angle is equal to 45, and it is specified that it's in degrees, and the velocities is 10 meters per second. And we want a radian to be the radians of angle, so that value is stored over here. And we want to calculate the horizontal velocity and the vertical velocity of the object. So first, we multiply the velocity with the cos of the radian, and we multiply the velocity by the sine of the radian for our vertical velocity. And they're both stored in Vx and Vy. And when we run it, let us run it, and as you can see, it gives us the exact value of the horizontal velocity and the vertical velocity.
Now that you know how powerful the math module is, make sure to stay tuned for the next tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll be making a few mini projects. And also, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button.